Which are the most important qualities a salespeople should have? In this video, we are going to show you 7 most important qualities the salespeople should have. My name is Ameya and I help entrepreneurs and startup businessmen to take their business to the next level. In this video, I'm going to be showing 7 most essential qualities a salesperson should have. And by end of the video, I'll be sharing with you one really important bonus tip which will help you in executing sales. Number 1, listening. Listening is such an important quality for any salesperson. When you are in front of the customer or when you're on a call, remember, you have to listen to your customer. There's a difference between listening and hearing. When you hear, you don't actually comprehend, but when you listen, you understand what the other person says and you comprehend, and then you actually react. Many times these customers, they give you some really good guidelines and they tell you what exactly they demand and how you can close that sale. So you have to understand rather than just keeping up with your flow of speech or your script. You have to ask some questions to them so they speak up more about their problems and pain points and about their business, or what they exactly expect from your company or your product or services. So listening is really important. Many times the customers doesn't even want to talk about your product or services. They want to talk about something else, maybe the vacation what they had, or maybe they want to talk about some political news or the trends in their business. You have to listen to all those things and react in that way, because that is the way of you engaging with your customer. Second most important quality for a salesperson is patience. A salesperson has to be very patient in order to get the deal on board. Many times the sales cycle are really long. Maybe it takes around 9 months, 1 year just to get one onboarding of the customer. If it's a really high ticket sale, then many times these are really long sales cycles when there are a lot of influencers and decision makers are involved in that sales cycle. If you're into a corporate sale and if you are selling some really high ticket product, you will have to meet the managing directors and CEOs and CFOs, and you have to present your product or services in front of them. And then you have to be very persistent and very patient to get that order on board for your company. So patience are really important. You should not be, a salesperson should never be very pushy about the products or services, but they should do a very regular, good follow-ups to get that sale on board. Point number 3 is consistency. A salesperson has to be very consistent in giving his sales speech, or maybe having the same energy level when he has 5 or 6 meetings in a day. Also, he needs to be very consistent in his follow-ups with the customers. When you are dealing with large customers, you have to have really good organized way of consistent follow-ups with the customers through emails, your calls, or maybe any other way of communication. But you have to be very consistent in following up in order to get your sale on board. Before we move on to the next topic, consider subscribing and hit that bell button to show your support for this channel and to continue watching more videos for entrepreneurs and startup businessmen. Point number 4 is discipline. A salesperson has to be so disciplined in this profession in order to reach to his customers on time, in order to do a periodic follow-ups on time. So basically discipline is really required in this profession on a really high level. Discipline helps you to actually present your company and yourself in front of the customer. The more disciplined you are, the more faith or the belief that they get in your product or service. Point number 5 is humor. Any salesperson having a humor with him is always remembered in front of his customers. Humor always helps to calm the environment in really serious meetings. So when you are with a customer, maybe for a lunch meeting or a dinner meeting, your humor will always help to win the heart of your customer. Point number 6 is competitiveness. Any salesperson is like a sports person. When you're in a sales team, you're actually competing against your team members, your colleagues. You're actually representing a company and you're competing against the market conditions, your competitor in the actual market. So a salesperson is competing with so many people on everyday life. Competitiveness actually helps a salesperson to stay ahead when the competition is really high, when the other people are equally competent, or they have the same products, or they say they have the same services. A competitive salesperson actually goes ahead in the competition and he brings the sales for his company. Number 7 quality is handling work pressure. Sales is considered as a profession of extremely high work pressure and mental stress. Salespeople should be able to handle that work pressure on a daily basis. Many times they don't even get a weekends like Saturdays or Sunday to enjoy with their family. Their mind is constantly behind achieving the targets for weekly sales, or maybe to get the numbers for a monthly results for a company. So salespeople are always under really high pressure to get those numbers, to achieve those numbers for the company. Now I'm going to share with you most important bonus tip, that is observation. The salespeople, they go out in the market, they go and meet a lot of companies, a lot of people, a lot of clients, and even their colleagues, or so many people around the world, or maybe the geography which has been assigned to them. They go and meet so many people, so they have to have very strong observation. They can observe a lot of things through the clients, what they say, what they expect, what their inputs are, and accordingly they can plan their strategy to get the results in rest of the time. Today's question is for entrepreneurs and salespeople, specifically related to this video. If I have missed on any important qualities that salespeople should have, please mention it in the comments. And to show your support, consider subscribing and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of my videos in the future. Stay motivated and stay tuned. Thanks for watching.